call this meeting to order at 8:32 p.m. Before I call roll, I will call up the newly appointed senators, Shia Kamra, Alex Neiman, Riley Sedler, and Ashley Velasquez. All right, just stand around here. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, name of office holder, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of in the name of your office.
Do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Junior Senator
Of Valparaiso University,
of Valparaiso University,
and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend
and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend
the interests of the Valparaiso University Student Senate and the student body of Valparaiso University.
the interests of the Valparaiso University Student Senate and the student body of Valparaiso University.
All right, congratulations.
Did you get this easily? Okay. Is it true, like, neither of them are given access?
All right, now that we have our newly selected senators, Secretary Schaus, can you please call roll?
President Ford. Here. Vice President Jacobs.
Here.
PRC Grimby.
Here.
Executive Senator Lorenz.
Here.
Assistant Treasurer Doyle. Senator Dawson. Senator Lennon.
Here.
Senator Walton.
Here.
Senator Hernandez Garrity.
Here.
Senator Hertzberg. Senator Wilcoxon. Here. Senator Maldonado. Here. Senator Neiman.
Here.
Senator Friesen. Here. Senator Westfall. Senator Abraham. Senator Caitlin. Senator Robb.
Here.
Senator Vada. Senator Lemma. Senator Williamson. Senator Ward. Senator Tadman. Senator Dockery. Senator Howard. Senator Sedler. Here. Senator Flanagan. Here. Senator Velasquez. Here. Senator Comra. Here. Roll call.
Thank you. Moving on to public comment. Are there any public comments here or on YouTube? Okay, moving on to the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda or amend?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of approving the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? All right, moving on to senators' reports. Are there any senators' reports tonight? Senator Flanagan? I'm sorry.
Hello, everybody. So Gamma Phi Beta is putting on their philanthropy event finally after 2 years. It's called Moonball. we basically play volleyball. It's a giant volleyball tournament, and it's 6 people per team, and it's $25 per team. And we're tabling tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday. So if you want to register, you need day, like the next 3 days. I'm tabling tomorrow, 10 to 11, and Wednesday, 12 to 1. If you want to come visit the table and register your team. So yeah, I hope you all hope to see some teams together for Senate. Thank you, and report.
Thank you, Senator Flanagan. Are there any other senators reports tonight? All right, seeing none, moving on to advisors report.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring everyone's attention. I'm sure you saw the email this morning that we'll be going to mask off in general areas on Wednesday. So you'll just be wearing masks at class and lab or any required academic meeting that there might be when indoors. So we're going to continue to monitor this. You may have seen also in the email that when we come back from spring break, we're going to probably have masks on for a short period of time just to reestablish the baseline, make sure that our numbers continue to stay low after spring break because everybody will have gone far afield and traveled. So we'll probably have them on right after spring break. And again, try to attempt to get them off again as much as we can safely after spring break. So that's the plan on masks right now. And our numbers on COVID today are that we have 1 COVID case on campus, 1. It's pretty phenomenal. So we're really doing a great job at the campus, great job you all are doing as students, and it's really working here in just about every way. So thanks for your cooperation on it. I know we're all getting fatigued and tired of it. We are too, staff is too, by the way. So we're looking forward to the day when we won't have to do this anymore. We are quickly as a country moving toward the endemic phase of this, and we are going to be preparing for that as we head towards fall next year, which just means basically we're going to live with this as part of our lives all the time now, just like we do the flu, just like we do HIV, just like we do hepatitis, just like we do all kinds of other infectious diseases. This one will be the same way eventually, and we hope sooner rather than later, so that we can pretty much get back to normal, and that's probably the direction we're heading as we go towards summer and into next year. So again, thanks for all the great work you're doing. I think I'm seeing a little light at the end of the tunnel. I hope you are too. So it's looking better. So, thank you.
Are there any questions for the advisors? All right, thank you. Moving on to officers' reports. President Ford.
Hi, everyone. First of all, I want to welcome our new senators. We're super excited to have you here. And as always, if you have any questions or just want to talk about Senate, I'd love to meet with you. So just email me if you'd like to meet. The first part of my report is about the Valparaiso Parks Foundation. They emailed me. They are working on a project to bring a new skate park to Valpo. They're hosting a kickoff event for the project, and it is on the evening of February 24th. So I just want to put it out there if you or anyone that you know of is passionate about skating, I would love to invite them to this event. So if you're interested or know someone who might be interested, please email me and I can give you more information on that event. Also, the Black Student Organization is still continuing to host events for the rest of February. New senators, it's not a requirement, but I would really encourage you to go to at least one event if you haven't gone to one already. And for current senators, remember it is a requirement, so please go to at least one event and email Secretary Shouse and PRC Griffey to ensure that you are fulfilling that requirement. Does anyone have any questions for me about anything? All right, I'm done.
Thank you, President Ford. Moving on to my report. I'd first like to preface my report by saying that a grievance has been submitted. The grievance committee has been assembled and has been given the grievance. The grieved has been notified, and we will be discussing that in next week's meeting. Secondly, Dr. Michael Ciccolese will be joining us at the February 28th General Assembly. He's talking about the student focus portion of the strategic plan. He'll be collecting your feedback. So You don't have to come prepared to ask any certain questions or anything. They'll just present for a little bit and just ask your feedback. So we'll welcome him then. Continue working on commenting on the addendums, bylaws, and constitution. I'll give a little bit more information of that in an email, and I'll add our new senators on that so they can get in on commenting on those. But just be sure that you're doing that before February 28th, when all of our new bylaws, addendums, and constitution are added into new business and voted on March 21st in old business. This is a very big deal. We have not had a new constitution or bylaws in probably about 30 to 40 years for Student Senate, so this is a very big deal. So just be sure that you're being part of that and being conscious about comments and everything that you're making. Constituency reports are due to me by February 28th. I'm always willing to help you in constructing these or finding ways to ask your constituents certain questions. PRC Grimby will add a link to the template on the General Assembly agenda here so that our new senators can be informed of how to create a constituency report. Additionally, remember to ask your constituents about their opinion about moving back to the 10-minute passing period and whether they would like to move back to the 20-minute passing period and would be willing to give up or go back to 7:30 a.m. to do that. Our Senate resolution or SR workshop is going to be this Wednesday, February 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. In here in Ballroom A. We'll have a workshop set up that we will help teach you guys how to write good SRs so that you guys can be prepared for the semester when issues arise in the student body that we can write SRs about. Well, this is not required. We highly recommend it, given that hopefully a lot of you run for Student Senate again for next year and don't have any concerns. As the chair of CCPC, I am also obliged to tell you how that is going in that committee. CCPC is the Campus Community Policy Committee, and over the past semester and this semester, we are currently reviewing developments of the committee and the place within the university governance structure. And we've been talking about this in your council as well. When we come to somewhat of a conclusion with that, I will let this body know about that. E-Board has met with the advisors last Friday to go over all remaining questions and to tie up loose ends in the bylaws and constitution review. Some of these topics include the current grievance process, election signatures, student senate stipends, and many other topics. So I'll be putting that into an email as well so that you guys can look for those within the bylaws. The Senate retreat next week, February 21st, and it will be immediately following a very abbreviated General Assembly so that we can still do some of our work that needs to be done and vote on things that need to be voted on. But that Senate retreat will be team building and going over some of the bylaws and what it's going to be doing for Senate in the future. And that is required. So hopefully all of you will be in attendance for General Assembly that day to attend the Senate retreat. Lastly, I just want to say, I know burnout and COVID burnout is real, but we really should be helping our fellow senators do the work of Student Senate. We shouldn't be relying on the chairs and E-Board and Exec Committee to be doing all of the work. Frankly, it's kind of embarrassing when we have half of the General Assembly in attendance for the past couple of weeks. I know things come up. I know that there is emergencies, but we really should be making Senate a priority. You guys are representing the student body. But really, Student Senate is a great opportunity for all of you to represent your students, your constituents. So I really hope that you guys are making this the priority that it is, that you're helping out your fellow senators to get the work done that needs to be done. Are there any questions for me? Senator Wilcoxon.
What time is the Senate retreat? I know it's right after the General Assembly, but like, do you know how late it will go?
Hopefully we'll only spend about 15 minutes in General Assembly, and we're working on an itinerary for the retreat, but I would say maybe not work. Any other questions for me? All right, thank you guys. Moving on to Secretary Shells.
I just want to say welcome to the new senators and also to let you know that you will be getting an email right after this meeting about office hours. So if you just sign up for 2 hours a week, there'll be instructions in the email detailing that out. Super simple. And then just for future meetings, if you're gonna have an absence, please email me about it 24 hours ahead of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Shells. Moving on to PRC Griffey.
Just a couple quick things. Your executive board will be looking at your responses to the events form that you filled out over the past week. We're going to be looking at a few different ideas of events and hopefully to spur up some conversations between everyone. Besides that, make sure you do fill out that office hours sheet. It's required 2 hours for every senator. You can hold them in our new student senate office, or if your constituency regularly is somewhere else, like your college of nursing senator, you would want to do it in Bean. If you're a college of arts and sciences center, you want to go to college of arts and sciences building. More than welcome to do that. Just make sure you let myself or Vice President Jacobs know. If there's no questions, all right, end report.
Thank you, PRC Griffey. Moving on to Executive Judge of the Rules.
Hello, just want to let everyone know that we're going to be sending out an email regarding stipends for the entire semester. We are planning to get that all finalized before spring break. So please let your constituents know that there will be an email being sent out with the details, and that they need to get that to me before we set that line. If there are any questions about that.
Thank you, Treasurer Renz. Moving on to committee reports. Executive report. Finance Committee Chair Friesen.
Hello, everyone. I know some organizations may have asked you or have asked me about a budget timeline. We are in the process of establishing that, and they will be sent out soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Friesen. Moving on to Administration Committee Chair Flanagan.
Hello again. Another time we're gonna have our head accounting club come in today because they're seeking recognition. And I'll talk about what they plan on doing. So the purpose of the accounting club is enhancing learning in the field of accounting through staff participation and study tables. The club also serves as a tool for forming personal and professional skills and relationships. Students will be able to connect with professionals from large and small companies, developing a professional network. They want to further their professional skills through workshops and other programs within the accounting club. And then as an end result, the club hopes to promote the accounting program in the college business and entice students to find their passion in accounting. That was your description, and if anyone has any questions. Yeah, Gabby?
What did admin vote on it?
Oh, thanks, sorry. Yeah, admin voted 3-0-0.
Is there a motion to discuss or a motion to vote?
Motion to vote.
Is there a second? All in favor of voting, please say aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? All right, all in favor of approving Accounting Club as a new student organization on campus, please raise your placards. All right, all opposed? Any abstentions? All right. Accounting Club passes 13-0-0.
Thank you, and that's all I have on report.
Thank you, Chair Flanagan. Moving on to Committee on Media, Chair Williamson has no report. So moving on to Screening Committee, Chair Bakri. She said if you have anyone you know of that would like to join the Student Senate, please have them contact her. We're still currently looking for a College of Engineering senator, College of Arts and Sciences senator, and a junior senator, as well as a webmaster and an executive aide to the treasurer. Moving on to Committee on Residents, Chair Abraham has no report. So moving on to Dining Services, Chair Dollison. She said that she hopes everyone had a good weekend. I would like to welcome Shia Conrad to the Dining Committee. I apologize I could not be here in person to do so. Dining Committee, please check your emails, and we'll be meeting this week, either Tuesday or Thursday, depending on the responses I get from your availability. Diversity and Inclusion Chair Howard said, I am speaking with Dr. Vidal Rodriguez as well as Leslie Ponteveros, the new OMP director, about the possibility of creating a new diversity and inclusion tab within the Life at Belleville section. The goal is to use this as a way of showcasing and bringing to the forefront the diversity that we have and are trying to gain here at Belleville. All right, with that, moving on to discretionary funds, Chair Rob.
Okay, DFC has 3 applications that are ready to be voted on by the General Assembly. The first one is a water bottle refill station to be put in Lankenau. They currently have 1 station on the first floor, and they want to add more to each residential floor as well. They reference the usage numbers in Brant, which is the only freshman residence hall that has them on every floor, and found that basically every floor except first had at least double the number of uses over the semester. So they're hoping to get that. That is a $4,000 request. DSC voted 500, Finance voted 401. The second application is supplies and new machines for the makerspace in the VUCA. For those who don't know, it's essentially an area with a 3D printer and some other sort of laser printers, circuit board printers that are used in tech classes and are also available for general student body use, as long as you've been trained on them and you can find an open time slot. Currently, there's only 1 3D printer available, and because the classes are using it a lot of the time, it's hard for students to get in from the general student body. So they're asking for $8,584 in order to get another printer, as well as other machines and supplies. DSC voted 500, Finance voted 401. And the last one we're bringing tonight is T-pads, concrete T-pads for the disc golf course. They're asking for $4,040. These are, right now, the disc golf course has wooden stakes that mark where you're supposed to start, but because of rain and snow and other issues, those stakes often get dislodged and they can be very slippery and uneven to start from. So they're asking for money in order to add concrete pads to the current 9 holes that exist. DFC voted 500, Finance voted 401. Are there any questions about any of them?
So I would suggest have a motion to discuss.
Motion to discuss.
Is there a second?
Second.
We are now in session. Senator Rizzo?
Can I make a clarification? For finance, I'm a non-voting member of the committee, so everybody in finance, the 4 voted for the proposal. Oh, no one? Okay. So basically, the 4 people on the committee that can vote voted for this proposal.
Thank you for that clarification. Senator Sedlow?
Okay, for like the supplies and machines, like how extensive is like the training? Because like how many students are actually going to be using that, or is like the water bottle thing?
So the training required is, they're basically modeling it after the way you get access to 3D printers in the engineering building. And the training on that's pretty minimal. It's just you have to know how the software works. You have to know how to set up the 3D printer and the other machines that you might be using. And you need to know how to properly load files and everything, make sure you don't break the machine. It's very baseline to make sure no one accidentally breaks something, essentially. And after you have that training, you can schedule as much as you want, as long as there's an open time slot. They also have a scheduling software set up and swipe access set up so basically only the people who know what they're doing can get access to it. I'd also like to note that we currently in the DFC funding have around $67,000 to hand out, and we will have plenty left over even if all of these get approved. So I don't want the price tag to be something that's concerning anyone too much, because we have money to spend. We'd like to use as much of it as possible before the end of the semester.
There's a motion to vote as a slate. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor of voting as a slate, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? All right, so voting on a water valve fill station in Lincoln now for $4,000. Supplies and machines for Makerspace for $8,584. And for disc golf tee pads for $4,040. All in favor of approving, please raise your placards. All opposed? Any abstentions? All three proposals pass 13-0-0. Thank you, DFC, for all your hard work.
We will have at most 3 more proposals to bring next week, possibly less. It depends on a few things, but we'll be back next week. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chair Rob. Moving on to new business, there is none. There is also no old business, so moving on to public comment. Are there any here or on YouTube? All right, saying none, moving on to postmortem. Thank you guys all for your hard work. Just be sure that we're getting the work done that we need to be. There's a lot coming up for February 28th, so we can celebrate over spring break for all of our hard work. So just be sure that we're getting that done. And then all be safe and healthy with the new mask mandate being lifted. Just be sure that you're still practicing safe health conditions and steps and everything. So unless there are any questions, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Is there a second? All in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Any abstentions? I close this meeting at 9:01 p.m. Thank you all.